Hey y'all, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kay, and this is my channel where I share all about my knitting and crafting adventures. Today is Tuesday, January 24th. It is 1:45 p.m. Normally do not record this late, but it's been a day with recording. Technical difficulties that were nobody's fault but my own. So this is our second go with this. Laundry's going now, and it wasn't earlier, so there's more noise in the background, but like I always say, this is real life. I don't live in a studio, I live in my house. So you get background noises here and there. But we've got a lot to talk about today, so we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have links right down below this video in the description box for everywhere that you can find me, as well as show notes for this episode, which will include links to project pages. Everything that I've finished, everything I'm working on, has a project page with full details on yarn, needle sizes, patterns, etc. So you can find those there, and there'll also be links to any shops that I talk about. Let's see, looking at my notes really quickly, we have got quite a few finished objects. It's been a bit of a finishing week, last week into this week. A lot of things finished. I had so many, I still have so many projects going, and so many were close to being done. So a lot of things got finished. I anticipate that'll be the case going into, finishing this week and going into next week as well. So there might be a lot of finished objects next time also. I've got some works in progress, some mail, and we're going to announce the giveaway winner from episode 173, as well as we are going to have another giveaway for this episode. So finished objects, let's start with those. So I have two. Let's talk about those first that I don't have here to show you because they have been shipped off to my niece, Lily, and they should be arriving today. Fingers crossed. They were supposed to be there yesterday. I need to check the tracking and see if they're going to get there today. So I finished the mittens that I was making her. The pattern, I'll put pictures up of these, but the pattern I used for those was the World's Simplest Mitt by Tin Can Knits. And the yarn that I use is a self-striping yarn by Tia's Terrific Threads, and the colorway is called If You're Happy. I did use her DK weight yarn base for that. The pattern has, I think it's like fingering, DK, worsted, and bulky maybe. There's quite a few options for the different weights of yarn. Those I started on December 23rd and I finished on January 18th. I am going to try to start to say when I start things and when I finish things, because I think that'll be helpful. Sometimes it seems like people think that I've started and finished all of the things that I show. Sometimes if they're new especially, but the case is that sometimes things have been on the needles for a little while and it takes a little while. Some things do get done rather quickly, but I always find it interesting when people do share when they start and finish things, in case you don't watch for a while or you forget. And so yeah, I'm going to try to start remembering to share that. I also finished her socks, and these I knit out of Knit Picks Felici, is the self-striping. That is the hibiscus colorway. The green that I used for heels, toes, and cuffs, I am not sure of the colorway name. I haven't checked to see if they still have it. I know it's Knit Picks Stroll Fingering, but I'm not sure on the colorway. So I did those two at a time, toe up, magic loop with an afterthought heel. I knit those on a US 1 2.25 millimeter, 60 stitches is how many stitches I do for Lily's socks. So I do have tutorials for afterthought heel, two at a time, magic loop, all of that here on the YouTube channel. You can find that in the tutorial playlist. I don't have a toe up tutorial yet. Hopefully that will be coming at some point. Those socks I started on December 19th and finished on January 19th. So those took me exactly a month, not of straight knitting. I picked them up here and there, but they took me a month to get those done. The next finished object is another pair of socks. I have one on a blocker here. So this is a pair of socks for my friend Janet, her daughter Karen. She said that Karen would love a pair of socks. And of course, you guys know I love knitting for others. So I happily cast on a pair of socks for her. I was actually supposed to see Janet and Karen. Karen doesn't live locally, but she was coming into town, and I was supposed to see her Sunday, but the event that we were supposed to go to got canceled because of snow. So I have not gotten to give these to her yet. I was making sure I had them done by Sunday so I could do that, but I didn't get to see her. So I'll just give them to Janet next time that I see Janet. But these I knit on US 1 2.25 millimeter needle. I did them 2 at a time. I did these ones cuff down. The colorway is one that was exclusive to Crazy Sock Lady Co. when it was open. It is just called Crazy Sock Lady, and it is by Merino Evino. And I did vanilla socks on Magic Loop for this. Very pretty colorway. So those are all done. I cast on 64 stitches for these. She wears a women's 11, and I've been using this a lot. So I think I've shown this before. This is the Socks Rule Tool by Katrinkles, and it has US sizes and European shoe sizes. So I just went to a size 11 on the women's and saw that it's comparable to a men's 10, and Eric wears a men's 10. So I just knit these to the length of foot that I do for his, and I feel confident that those will fit her, since the size is like right there. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. They're like right there. So I just knit them the same foot length. Since I do so much knitting for others, I've really been loving this. I usually just Google shoe sizes and inches, and that works great. If this is not something you can get, Googling shoe sizes and inches is amazing. That's how I've always done it. I've never had an issue with shoe sizes and inches and socks not fitting and anything like that. Like, it's always worked wonderful. But this just takes out of like me even having to Google it. I can just pull this out and it gives you the full foot length for that shoe size. So it's a very, very nice tool to have. I also have the kids version. Pretty sure I've shown those before. And then I just recently got, so those are made out of wood, and they have them out of acrylic, but they seem to only be a limited time thing. I'm pretty sure they still have them. I could be wrong. I'll link Katrinkles below, but I think it was the month of January they were gonna have them in acrylic. So I got one of these. There's gonna be a glare from my light, so I'm not sure how well you can see that. You can see the light. Oh gosh. But yeah, it's basically the same thing as the wood, but just in acrylic. I haven't even used that one yet, so we'll see. But I'm sure I will love it as well. I like to have multiples of tools that I really use. If there's something, you know, that's affordable to have multiples of, but if something like that, I like to have multiples so I can have one maybe in my purse and then one down here by my chair. Just, it's nice to have those so you're not always like, okay, where did I have that last? You can kind of have them in a couple of different places. Obviously I have these in the same spot right now, so I'm not doing that right now, but it's nice to be able to do that. All right, next. Oh, those I started January 10th and finished January 21st for those. I also finished Eric's socks that I was knitting. These, I have both of them done. These are out of Arcane Fiberworks. The colorway is You're a Mean One. And I knit these on US 1, 2.25 millimeter, 64 stitches. Vanilla socks on Magic Loop. I just did a ribbing for the entire sock, just on the top of the foot. I just did knit to, purl to, rib. And I love how these turned out. His birthday is actually tomorrow, so I will be giving these to him for his birthday. Those ones I started on Christmas Eve, December 24th, and finished January 15th. The next two are new designs. So I have two new patterns coming out February 1st. They are the Love Story patterns. There is a cowl and a sock pattern. I just love the stitch design so much. I just want it in a million things. But right now we've got a cowl and a sock pattern. So the cowl, these are both out of Whitney of Moonglow Yarn Co.'s Vintage Valentine sets. This is out of her DK weight. That's what the cowl is knit out of. So I used her DK weight. It has 100 gram for the main color, and then the 5 different contrast minis. So pretty. I am so happy with how this came out. Try this on for you. I love the size because I don't love a super drapey cowl. Even my wallop cowl that I can wrap around, I mean, I do it twice and it's okay, especially if I have a coat on that I can like zip up and snug it up. But sometimes I like to wrap it 3 times so that it's, especially if it's really cold, then it's a little bit more snug. I can put it up to cover my ears. It's just really nice. So I think this will be great with a coat on or a hoodie or something. But I love it. I think it turned out so nice. It's so cozy and warm with the DK weight. It's a good one, and this stitch pattern is so much fun. I've had some people be concerned that this is collar work and they don't knit collar work. This is not collar work. It's not, promise. It is a fun and easy stitch to do, and I just today recorded a stitch tutorial to go in it. So I will walk you through all of it as I always do with my patterns. I do have instructions for the cowl pattern as well if you want to change the circumference of it or the length. I give you instructions on how to do that as well. So the sock pattern is out of fingering weight, and it is same color set, the Vintage Valentine by Moonglow Yarn Co. I've got both of them, but I only put one on a blocker. And I'm so pleased with this one. I can't get over how fun this stitch pattern is. I'm working up another sample. I'll show that here in just a second, but it is such a fun pattern. Don't be concerned about all these minis and changing colors, because you hold the main color throughout. You're not cutting that at all. So for like these little stripes, you're not gonna have ends to weave in because you're just carrying that down the inside. You do cut your main color after you're done using, or not your main color, I'm sorry, your contrast color after you're done using it. But weave your ends in as you go. I will link my tutorial here. It's also on the playlist. You don't have to weave those in with a tapestry needle. Weave them in as you go. That's how I did it on the socks and the cowl. The sample I'll show you will, it's an option where you aren't using minis. So that's another option. The socks I started on December 28th and finished on January 16th. The cowl I started on January 4th and finished January 18th. So I just have to get pictures for those. I think I'm gonna have Austin help me with pictures for the cowl today. I should have already had them done, but I don't. But I'm gonna have Austin help me with pictures for the cowl today, and I'll probably do the sock pictures tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe today too. Maybe we'll just get them all done. But yeah, that'll be February 1st. So keep an eye out for that new pattern. You're going to love it. Let me go ahead and show you the sample because we are done with finished objects and we are ready for works in progress. I have this in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. And I'm using the January Yarnable colorway. I showed these last time, I believe, and they do get a little blown out. So I'll try to hold them back here because it's a little bit more accurate. Still not perfect, but it's a little better. So this is the full skein that came with January Yarnable, and then that month I had the 50 gram coordinating skein that goes with it. So that's an option that you can get with Yarnable now, and I'll link Yarnable down below. But I love these together, and I knew as soon as I opened it and had this pattern going that this is what this yarn had to be. So I am using the 50 gram skein as my main color, and the 100 gram skein is my contrast color, just because I love this pink and I think that really works great. So with the This pair that I did, for the main color that I held throughout, I only used 39.6 grams for my sock. I knit a size medium and I wear a women's 9. So it just does depend on your shoe size, your gauge, all of that factors into how much yarn you're going to use. But I think 50 grams should be good as your main color. Here is the sock using the Yarnable colorway. I love this so much. So I'm using, like I said, that pink for the main color, and then the contrast color, I'm just using that full skein throughout. So there's no need to cut after a certain point. I'm just gonna hold both of these throughout. No ends to weave in. Great way to use up yarns if you've used maybe a little bit in a shawl or something and you have 50 grams or a little more. It's a great way to do that. I do have a breakdown, there'll be a breakdown of yarns, like the amounts that I used for each section for these in the sock pattern, just to kind of give you an idea. And I do advise you, if you're going to use scraps or different yarns, weigh your yarn before a section and after a section of the pattern repeat, so that then you know how much you used per pattern repeat for your main color even and your contrast color, so that you can kind of gauge how much you're going to need for a pair of socks. But yeah, I'm so happy with this. I used this to record the stitch tutorial today that'll be in the cowl and the sock pattern. So it's the same for both. So I just used this sock to record one tutorial for those. And it's so much fun. Now I can't wait to fly through these. I'd kind of stalled on these because I knew I needed to record that tutorial and I didn't want to get so far into the sock. I just wanted to have a little bit of sock for the tutorial. But yeah, now that I'm done, I can't wait to fly through these. The pattern repeat, it's so fun and just kind of addicting because you want to get through the pattern repeat, do that little stripe, and then get into the other one and do that stripe. It just makes it so much fun. I just haven't wanted to I didn't want to put the socks or the cowl down. I haven't wanted to put this down, so I can't wait to work on that some more. I am using 9-inch circulars for this sock. The pattern is not written for any specific way in the round. It is written for cuff down, but you can use any method of working in the round that you prefer for socks. And I do have tutorials for quite a few methods of working in the round here on my YouTube in the tutorial playlist if you need help with any of those. I have 3 more works in progress. So I started another pair of socks for Lily. Since I finished the mitts and the socks I had going, I told my sister I shipped those off and asked if Lily was still wanting to wear Auntie K made socks, and she said yes. We're still very much in that phase at the moment, so I'm jumping on that while she's still in that phase, and I am going to happily knit her many more socks. This pair is in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. And let me just tell you that I'm so excited that Jenny is doing zipper bags. I love her bags. I love her drawstring bags. Obviously, I have a lot of them, but I love a zippered bag especially for being on the go. We're always on the go between like kids things or going out to eat or with friends. Like we're always out, it feels like, so much. And I always want to take my knitting, and it's nice to just have a bag, a smaller sock size bag like this is, that I can shove down in my purse. And I love it with the zipper for a few reasons. One, I've had where like the bag gets shoved down in there and things fall out the drawstring, like the opening, if it's not closed all the way. But then also I've had the drawstrings get wrapped around like pins or lipstick or random things in my purse, and then when I pull the bag out, if we're at a restaurant or a sporting event or whatever, things are like tangled up in the drawstrings and they like fly out. And this is not like, this is any drawstring bag, not just like one particular one. It happens with any of them that I own. So I love a zippered bag for on the go knitting to just shove down in my purse. This one, she's got a nice handle. She's got a beaded zipper pull that I think is so cute. And then she even has pockets on the inside. And it is the perfect size for socks, or you could even put a hat in here. There's 2 pockets. it's just great. I'm so happy she's doing zippered bags. So the yarn I'm using for this, I don't know what I did with the tag, which is ridiculous because I just had it. It might be in there by my computer. But I know what it is. It is Legacy Fiber Arts. Tuxedo is the colorway, and it is on their Steel Toes base, which is their 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon base. Such a beautiful color. And I started a sock for Lily. I'm gonna do a pair for her, and then I'm also gonna do a pair for my mother-in-law out of this. So for Lily's, I grabbed, there's like a dark gray, light black kind of a color. I'm gonna use this for, I need to weigh it, probably heels and toes. We'll see once I weigh it. I think it's gonna be enough for heels and toes. And then with my mother-in-law's, I have a black and like a light teal kind of a color that I'm gonna use for the contrast to kind of mix in with that. And I think I'll be able to get 2 pairs. If not, I'll just throw in some extra contrast colors and it'll be great. And it'll be nice to use up a full skein of yarn to make socks for both of them. So I literally cast on and did 2 rows. That's it. That's all that is done. But it started. And these are on a US 1 2.25 millimeter 32-inch ChowGoo for Magic Loop. I'm doing 60 stitches is what I cast on for Lily's socks. That's what's fitting her right now. So I can't wait to work on those. They may be coming up this weekend, so I may try to get those done before they get here or while they are here. So she'll have another new pair of socks. Hers don't take very long, so I feel like I probably can. I also brought down, I don't know how much work these have had done on them since the last time, but let me put one on a blocker here. I have one of the I Can't Put My Arms Down socks done. This is a colorway by the West Virginia girl just came out full force there. It's probably just even thinking about my sister coming because Eric says my accent really comes back when I'm around my sister. Okay, this is I Can't Put My Arms Down. The colorway is by a Homespun House. Whew. So one is done. And the other one is on the gusset decreases. So I feel like these will be done fairly soon. The sock set came with the main color and then 2 contrast, the blue and the maroon. US 1 2.25 millimeter vanilla socks on Magic Loop. These are for Eric. I always do 64 stitches for his socks. What else? Oh, the stripes. So for the stripes, I did 5 rounds, and then the main color is 2 rounds in between that. I think that's it for those. My last work in progress that I brought to show you, it is not the last one, but it's the last one we're going to talk about today. This is my temperature blanket. So this is in a bag by the Fat Squirrel. And I thought I would show you my progress on this. And I will preface that by saying this is going to be such an ongoing project. It's going to be throughout the entire year. So I'm going to update you guys maybe every episode. We'll see. There might be sometimes I forget or something, or I'm so behind that I'm not showing it. But I'm going to try to show it every time to show you progress. With doing that, I will not go through all the details every single time. I talked about it on episode 173. I'll probably always put that on the screen or say that if you want full details, you can check out episode 173, or you can check out the project page on Ravelry for full details. So I won't be going over like needle sizes, cast on amounts, all the things every time. but you can hear me talk about it more on that other episode, and you can check out the Ravelry project page. Maybe I'll link that episode on the project page too. That might be a good idea. But okay, I am caught up. I still need to add in yesterday's color, but I'm caught up to yesterday. There is my progress. I'm so pleased with how this is turning out. I absolutely love it. So fun. It's been so mindless, 2 rows a day. It's gonna be so fun. All the different colors, it's gonna be great. I'm so happy I started this. And so happy that I stopped doing the patterning on it and am just doing plain knitting. That was the best decision ever. Okay, that is it for works in progress. Mail, I did get the acrylic sock ruler from Katrinkles since the last time, I believe. So I already showed you that. I wrote it down to remember to show it. And then I did receive some yarn from Arcane Fiberworks. 3 sock sets. So these are all on their sock fingering base, which is an 80/20 merino nylon base, and they're full skein plus a mini skein. So this one is January Sock Club Cool Beauty on the Beach. This one is January Sock Club Warm Totally Tulips. I'll show you their tag in just a second. This is January Sock Club Neutral Black Pebble Beach. There is their tag. These are so fun. We're actually going to use these for a giveaway. Just a second and I'll announce the giveaway info for this. But that's all the mail that I have to show this time. So we have a winner from last episode, but before I announce the winner, I want to talk for just a second about all the comments that a lot of you got on the previous episode 173 where you commented to enter the giveaway. There was a spam, scam, whatever you want to call it, kind of account that was pretending to be me and commenting that you had won. They wanted you to contact them via a separate app. It was a lot of days. I'm still getting emails from people about this. It's been a lot, but I will never comment on your comment and tell you that you've won and that you need to contact me via this other platform. I will always announce the winner on here. So make sure that you are not, because they did a good job at pretending to be my account. They used my pictures, they used my name, they just changed it to say like Telegram me Crazy Sock Lady or something, but it had my picture. It looked like it was me contacting you. I will not do that. I will always announce your name here. I will never send you I won't do that. It'll always be announced here. So if that happens again, you see a comment like that, just report it as spam. You always want to double check whether it's Instagram or here that it is like the actual account. They try to change the name just slightly, add a letter, take out a letter, add a number. They're so tricky, these accounts that do these things. So tricky. I will never ask you to contact me on a different platform. I will always announce the winner here and tell you to email me. I would never ask you for money. I don't know what these people were doing if you contacted them. I don't think anyone did, thankfully, hopefully not. But yes, I will never do any of those things. So the winner of our giveaway from episode 173 is Nina Hayes. So congratulations, Nina. If you would just contact me at crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com and give me your shipping information, and I will get that yarn and goodie bundle sent out to you. I want to do another yarn and goodie bundle giveaway this time. We're actually gonna do 3. So I think I said this last time, I have so many prizes. Like it's gotten a little overwhelming, the amount of prizes I have, and where I was busy with the shop and wasn't doing a lot of YouTube to try to do any giveaways or anything. It just became overwhelming. And I have a small office now and I do not have room for all the amount of prizes. My cabinet is overflowing. So I am going to work through those prizes and we are going to get back to doing more giveaways here on YouTube now that I'm back to doing it regularly. So since I have no room for these to go in the cabinet, and I have lots of little goodies like stitch markers, progress keepers, I think I have a couple project bags, some like little notion-y bits. We're just gonna keep doing yarn and goodie bundles until we're worked through these prizes, because we gotta get through them, make some room in the office. So we're gonna do all 3 of these. 3 separate winners. There'll be some goodies, notions, things put with them as well. All you have to do is comment down below. I didn't think up a prompt, so any comment below will enter you to be eligible to win the giveaway. You just need to comment below, be a subscriber here on the YouTube channel, so make sure you've done that as well. And I'll draw a winner next episode, episode 175, which will probably be 2 weeks from now. That's what I'm thinking. But yes, I think that's about it for today. Not much has been going on aside from that. The boys are doing great. Eric's doing great. His birthday's tomorrow. I don't think we have any big plans because we might be getting snow tonight. Regardless, we probably wouldn't be having any big plans. Maybe go out to dinner or something. But I think we'll just be laying low tomorrow. I am hoping that we are snowed in. I'm hoping they call today that there's a snow day tomorrow. We're already under winter weather warning, so I don't feel like that's too far-fetched. You guys probably just heard the heater kick on, so. But yes, I'm hoping we can just lay low tomorrow. We're gonna have make some chili. I know Eric's off work tomorrow, so we're gonna make some chili. I'm probably gonna make some brownies and hoping for a snow day. That would be great. We did get some snow on Sunday. They were not calling for that much and we ended up with 4.5 inches. So it was a very nice surprise and I was very happy about it. So Sunday was one of those days we just stayed in and hunkered down, and those days are always nice. And I was just getting ready to say there's snow on the ground still, but there's barely any snow on the ground. You guys, when I did this earlier, like I said, I had technical difficulties that were nobody's fault but my own. The ground was still covered and now it's like you can see patchy, like the grass, you can really see it. That's a bummer. I was hoping we would still have a good bit of snow on the ground so that when it hopefully starts snowing tonight, it would be built up on top of the snow we already have. But I don't think that's gonna happen. It's gonna be mostly melted. I feel like the sun's been out today, so it's really melting it and it's over freezing, so that's a bummer. I love winter. I love snow. I'm a weirdo. I know, but I do. Some people do, and I'm one of those people. Anyways, hoping for a snow day, hoping that Cassie and her husband and my niece get to come up this weekend. We always have such a great time with them, so it'll be great to get to see them if they get to make it up this weekend. And that is it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and catching up on what I finished and what I'm working on. I hope you're looking forward to the love story pattern release. I can't wait to get those out to you. That pattern's gonna be so great for using up 2 skeins, mini skeins, and a full skein or half skein. You could use self-striping, I feel like. Maybe. I'm curious how that would work with self-striping. It might be something I have to try too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great one though, for using up lots of different yarns, and I hope you like the cowl as well. So I'll see you guys again soon. Until then, remember to work on what brings you joy. Happy making. Bye.